All right. Good morning. Afternoon. Or evening. You're listening to David Lee Rendon, and this is IdiOtBuRNs. Welcome to IdiOtBlog 308 in the middle of a pandemic. What does that mean? That means somebody was playing the pans epic. Pans epic. Wrong, Chris. What's it really mean? It means some pandas are doing some epic shit. Nope. What's it really mean? It means Boeing's still going into work. Nope. Well, yeah, yep. But what's it really mean? It means everybody else is not going into work. Yeah. Karma. What else is going on? Oh, yeah. There's a virus. Not the one on your computer eating all your songs and making BandLab crash. Nope. Not the sex bots. The woo virus. I've been smoking some 11 herbs and spices Kentucky fried cannabis. Oh no. Is it cannabis? It's a can for us. Get on a bus. Can't get on a bus. This song is called Nickelplated. It's become a new thing. Anything I make becomes a new thing if Timothy Lee Nixon, Andrew Shirley, Sliam, Screamer Bob. Did I say Timothy Lee Nixon? It just, dude, David Lee Rendon and Timothy Lee Nixon, those two just kill a bunch of my best rock and roll tracks. The ones that I like more than I put time into them. If that makes sense. I like them more than I put time into them. Meaning, they came out of me very fluid, and I put them down and I record them, and I like them a lot, but I did not make them sound genius amazing. They sound good, though. Like this is one example. I just like some of the chords. Do. Okay, I got something else to show you. Burping. Something else to show you. You ever see those things, you move them around, they have a round fluorescent light in them that's kind of in a round cage, and then you can move the magnifier around and look at stuff? Oh yeah, I see what it is. Well, man, it's a big one. Woo! Nickelplated, David Lee Rendon. Came out today. This is Homeward Bound, Andrew Shirley and Tamper Brains. With Tamper Brains, I mean. That's it, Temper? I don't think so. But Tamper Brains with drums from Matt Dunlap. And he's bass, so I think I might try and hop in and do that. But check this out. So this is from one of those. It has a chip over here, so I kind of taped it so it doesn't cut me. But you can hold it right where the chip is. It's still not good. You hold it like this, right? And then you go out in the sun. You obviously clean it real nice, but you go out in the sun. And you use it to, if you want to. Or you use it to start fires, burn ants. It's just like a magnifying glass, but it's much bigger. And it's made of glass. And it is a magnifying glass, totally. But it's just a little bit nicer and larger and more complete to the edge. See how the edge goes so small? So this is a cool tool. Really cool to use. You know, it's just ground on the edge, so I could kind of just grind this again and get it good to handle again. But until then, I'm going to keep this metallic tape on there, which gives you a little bit of a, hey, don't touch here. Well, it's not actually going to cut you. It says beware. There's a lot of gunk on here. Like looks like the kids played with it a little bit. There's like some, like really like some direct gunk deposits. I wouldn't like deposit gunk on my glass. I would definitely maybe get a sneeze droplet or something. But okay, so what are you guys doing? How are you guys feeling? How are you guys doing, man? This is crazy, right? Man. Wow. It's crazy out here. Is everybody else up and awake? Maybe not. Maybe not. It's 11 o'clock at night, Pacific Standard Time. That's pretty late for some people. Especially since everybody's got COVID-19 and they're sick. COVID! Excuse me. Corona! Excuse me. Homeward bound, aren't we all? So, who's all thinking about making songs about isolation? Yeah, right? So I feel ya. I feel everybody. They're stuck at home. So a lot of you guys are stuck at home, or they're just work isn't work anymore, and so you got to come home until you can resume. Till this passes. What is that gonna? Is it gonna pass? Is it gonna pass? Is it gonna pass? I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna pass. So I go to work and it's somewhere in my building. They had it. You know? Someone in my building. You know? And they use the same restrooms as me, so you never know. You know? Just like people on the news are saying, it's about Boeing. It's no lie. You already know it from the news, so it's not like I'm saying anything you haven't heard before. You know, it's what it is. It's just you're going to work because you're making something that people need. Now, I understand when you're making defense stuff. I get part of it, especially when it comes to certain elements of it. Yeah. Oh, this is Roll Out featuring Saved One. Yeah, like I said before, last one was Homeward Bound from the day before, Andrew Shirley. Roll Out from New 11 featuring Saved One. By the way, this is the last New 11 track to be released on BandLab until my brother starts making new ones. Well, I say that, but there might be just one or two I missed, and I have to go over and look at every single one and look them all up and look at every one I have one at a time from within one file base in order, and look those up and see if I published them or not, because they might have uploaded them and not published them, so it's like they're like lost in the shuffle that is BandLab when you have 311 bands. Roll out! Roll out! So we might be able to talk about some musical stuff today. Exciting. What I'm going to be talking about is going to be the difference between two musical keys. Like, I'm going to really show you, like, what's the difference between a major key, which has the minor within it, and a melodic minor, which is a variation of a key that is like the major key and diatonic of 10 notes. Diatonic of 10 notes. Pentatonic. How many notes is that? Penta. Dia? Am I get that right? Should I look? Should I look here? Am I talking out my ass right here? Let me make sure. major is a 7. Sorry. Not diatonic. It's 7. What does that mean? Maybe diatonic. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. What's diatonic? I have to look it up. Or 7? No, 7s are pentatonics, right? I'm getting confused. Either way, no. Pentatonic is how many notes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5 in a pentatonic, 7 in a major, which means there's 2 extra notes added in. Simple as that. But I wanted to show you the difference. Okay, and I know this stuff, but it's like it sits in my head in a different way. It sits in my head with positions and numbers, in squishings and flattings, and I want to tell you guys about it. So this is a song I want to show you that's in Melodic Minor, and what that means is, it's this lot like a major, but one note is lower. It's the same note as you transverse it. If you look at Locrian, if you look at Aeolian, if you look at Mixolydian, Lydian, Phrygian, and what is it, in the major scale, those are all the same patterns juxtaposed to different keys and different starting positions relative to different keys. Okay? But you're not getting any new patterns. So what might be like an A major, if you go over to Phrygian, it's like, and there's also Dorian, sorry, I think I missed that one. If you go over to Phrygian, it is A flat, I believe. So you see what I'm saying? The same pattern is a little bit different. But that's not how they relate to each other. They relate to each other as having different starting positions for working in different keys. So if you say something's in Phrygian, the phrasing is going to be different than if you had said it was in major. Depending, now the Phrygian and the A relative key for the song you're doing, you'd have to figure out what notes that song's using in said sections and or throughout the song, and what notes match these certain sections. Some songs are more difficult because they're doing key changes right in the middle of like the verses, and the chorus is a different key, and then the verse has 2 keys, and interesting things like that. They call it pre-chorus or other things like that sometimes. But yeah, sometimes that's what's going on, and so that's more difficult to figure out the key. Other times you play a lot of variations, like this particular song, Portal People 53, all in A melodic. So what happens is you go, if you look at this, you go 0, 2, 4, and 5 on the high E. And on the B, you go 0, 1, 3, and 5. So 0, 1, 3, 5 on the B, and 0, 2, 4, 5 on the E. In a major version of that, let me try and find it. You would go on the B, 0, 2, 3, 5, and below it 0, 2, 4, 5. So that's just one note that's lower. This is Sasquatch by my kids, and this is how they learn music. So that being said, the difference is it goes from B to C sharp instead of B to C on a major A key. And in melodic minor goes from that 0 to 1, B to C. One flatting of a note. Now that pattern repeats into a bunch of different keys and a bunch of different types of keys. Go check that out. That song called Sasquatch. It's for my kids. And that's their first attempt at recording and learning how to make music. We're going to end the blog. It's a short one. I didn't have a lot of interaction. I want to go hang out with my wife. All the kids are asleep now. Just as I started this, the last kid fell asleep. So I hope everybody enjoys this blog when they do find it, if they do find it, if it gets to them. I hope it's entertaining. I hope they learn a little bit. Let me show you a zoom up of what I'm talking about here, just to sink it into you. So let me show you the A. See the A? See these notes? You see these ones right here? It goes 0, 2, 3, 5, which is the same as that. 2, 4, 5. And then that's the major A. If you go to Melodic Minor A, okay, so you go right here, you go 0, 1, 3, 5, the same as this, to 2, 4, 5, and those are the notes. And if you use those notes to make interval-based chords, which is two-note chords, like I did, or 3-note chords, different chords that you like, you're staying in that key. And that's a basic way to stay in the key. There's other things you can do. There's other apps you can buy and other online tools and sites you can do to find out when you find a key you're liking, or some of the two chords you're using are in. Using those tools, you can find other chords within your key. And then you can go, oh, what happens when I want to change keys? What keys work with this? And you can also look up things like that. What major key works good with this melodic minor key? Okay, so there you go. That is IdiOtBlog 308, middle of the pandemic, Saturday night. Hope you guys are all enjoying. Just so a little update on that. People at Boeing do have it. I don't have it. My ex, who had the kids last weekend, coughing a bunch, had a 99.9 temperature. It's been kind of staying around there or lower. She's not feeling the best, so she's been at home for a few days now, and she gets tested Wednesday according to how many tests we have and how it's going. But you never know how that's going to happen, or what's going to happen. Alright, so that's the story there. So I have the kids the next 2 weekends. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to try and make the best of it and do things, virtual versus via the internet. And keep praying. Everybody keep praying. Keep Christ up, number one in your mind, not fear. Don't let it in. Don't let it dominate. And we do those kinds of things, those basic kinds of things. Be the virus. The virus will find its way on to death itself. And not finding a way to kill us. But bye-bye. No host. We're locked away in isolation. So either way, guys, like I said, that's the end of the blog. We are music. Later, guys.
Said to myself, I'm gonna make a change.